Hi all, sorry I missed you last night on the kickoff for our new gifted class. I just wanted to go over a couple things for you so that when you get started you don't feel lost, or if you have any questions, hopefully this will clear them up for you. First things first, if you are a BPS employee, the best way to access Blackboard is through your Launchpad. However, we did run through a few hiccups last night where people couldn't remember their password or whatnot, and I am happy to reset it for you. If you need me to, just shoot me an email. So when you go into Blackboard Learn, see now it wants me to log in, you are going to have the class listed over to your right, and I have many. So the one that we are in is Gifted Procedures and Curriculum, and that should have my name, Marshall, on the side. When you go into the Blackboard course, it can be a little daunting. Some of the options we do use and some of them we don't. The first really important thing is to click the Start Here button, obviously. And this gives us the course overview. And this is really where we were last night. So you can navigate Blackboard in a few different ways. You can use the arrow to the right, or you can just click on what you want. The most important thing is this assignment checklist. I did send this for some of you who had peers there last night. I did send a paper copy home with you because I did send this home. This is almost like your pacing guide of what you really need to do. So whether or not you want to print it out or keep it somewhere where you can see it, this really is helpful to know where you should be at. This course is an 8-week course, however, there are 10 weeks to complete the information, and at any point in this, if you have an issue with timing or something's come up, please just email me and we will certainly work through it. You'll notice in week 1 that there is a pre-test. I'll go over that in just a minute, but that's the bulk of it. I will say that the pre-test and the post-test are exactly the similar. So if we scroll down to week 8, you're going to see that complete the post-test. I just find it very helpful that when you are going through and finding the answers for the pre-test, that you save them in a Word document so that when you go to do the post-test, you already have the answers. Now, just so you know, I will give you feedback on the pre-test, so you can make necessary changes to that document before you complete the post-test. You also need to read the content, pages, links, and articles, and I'll show you that in just a minute. There is 2 discussion forums this week. One of them is just a welcome post where it's nice for us to all introduce one another. You need to reply to someone else's welcome post, and then there's an actual discussion that has to do with the meat and potatoes of the readings, links, and articles for this week. There is an assignment, which I will show you in just a moment. All other weeks have generally one assignment that correlate to the readings for that week, and 1 discussion post and 1 reply. However, in week 3 you'll notice that there's 2 assignments. One is required and one of them is a choice. And when I mean choice, it doesn't mean do I have to do it or not have to do it. It means that there's actually 3 different choices for that choice assignment. So week 3 does have 2 assignments to upload, as does week 4. Week 4 has 2 discussion forums and 2 assignments. All other weeks pretty much follow the same formula of reading the content, posting in the discussion forum, replying to someone else's post, and uploading an assignment. And then it culminates at the end with an assignment and the final project, which I'll speak about in just a minute, and the post-test. So this is a really handy document. It also does outline the points needed to pass the course, and this is a pass-fail course, and I don't foresee any issues with that. Going back to Blackboard, when we do talk about the course requirements, it's just really important to note that if there is no submission of anything for 2 weeks, then unfortunately you would have to be dropped for the course. I don't foresee that being an issue. The weekly matrix is pretty awesome. It does, just like in your classroom, it does talk about what the key question is or objectives, what activities we're going to be doing, what you need to have to get those activities done. So very important. Let me get on to this culminating unit. I will be sending out an email shortly that does have a sample unit attached to it. Please note that the sample unit is not, and it is not a awesome product. It is lacking some of the things that do correlate to the rubrics. So it's just meant to be a guide to kind of get you started. Your format or whatever you use is, you're more than willing to change anything, to use whatever format you generally use to make it your own. So this is also was attached to the documents that I handed out last night. You do need the Florida standards and the gifted standards. I did attach the gifted standards to that email as well. You need pre and post assessments. So if you wanted to use a quizzes or a Kahoot, or your actual teacher created some sort of assessment, any of that works fine. Instructional strategies. Do you use philosophical chairs? Do you use collaborative groups? What do you use to get the content across? Differentiation. This is key in any classroom, but especially key in the gifted classroom, because we do have a variety of different learners with a bunch of different talents, and we need to be able to allow those students to demonstrate their knowledge through their product. How are we delivering the product? All of those good things that make differentiation key. Activities and products. Hopefully I will demonstrate just wonderful things, but that please be mindful that they need to, of course, be related to the standards, and not just the state standards, but the Florida Framework for Gifted Students as well. And because we are challenging our higher students, we want to make sure that we are incorporating higher order thinking to enrich the classroom. So this unit, this rubric, is really key to help you design that unit. It is introduced in week 4, but it is due in week 8. I just wanted to give you a heads up that this is coming, and so that you can work on it as you go. When we go to things that are key, we want to go to the learning modules, and week 1 is where everybody is right now, and it has, like I said, what are our objectives for the week. What's the matrix? This is really good. This lets you know what you need. As you go through it, it tells you what you need to complete. You need to complete the pre-test. You have some readings to do. It tells you what your discussion forum topics are. You're able to download this to keep it on your desk. I know some of us are pretty visual learners. The pre-test, that I was thinking about is very wonderful in that it's not timed, and you can save as you go. So if you wanted to chunk taking some of the tests, you certainly can. A lot of the definition work in here is, I'll show you the document where that's found. It's pretty straightforward, but some of it is a little more difficult to find if you were thinking you were just going to quickly find it. All of this information is embedded in the course, so it is found throughout some of the readings and other things. Certainly if you're having difficulty finding an answer to a question from the text embedded in the course, you're perfectly allowed to go outside of the course and do some mini research on your own. There are 31 questions. Like I said, it's super beneficial to make sure you save your answers on a separate document so that you can use this toward the end in the post-test. Let me get out of this. And what I was saying with the straight definitions, this gifted terminology page is awesome, and then it has a lot of those definitions right there, those key terms. Alright, and then there's links to the Florida Gifted Standards, the NAGC standards. These are all your required readings that will help you to design your assignment choices. And for week 1, you have 3 assignment choices. You just pick one. Please don't do all 3. So assignment 1 is making a PowerPoint presentation to justify providing gifted services for gifted students. Assignment choice number 2 is to compare and contrast. You would probably use a Venn diagram to do that. And assignment choice 3 is writing a 1-page paper. So hopefully we're in the differentiation of the products, you can find one that suits you. To upload that assignment, you click on the Assignment 1 tab. And it's just like uploading to anything else. You browse your computer, attach the file, and send it on its merry way. Now you have discussion board activities, so they are right here. And when you do discussion board activities, you want to make sure that you're using language that's authentic, and that when you're replying to your peers, that your replies are meaningful. So I know it's so easy just to say, oh, that's a great lesson, thanks for sharing. Why is it a great lesson? I'm not asking you to write a novel, but I am asking you to make your replies meaningful to one another. So when you go into the discussion board activity, this is 1.2. Let's actually go into 1.1 because I know a lot of people posted last night. So forum 1.1 asks us to introduce ourselves in a variety of different ways. So you're actually going to create a thread to write your own post, and then you are going to click on someone else's to reply to a post. And that's pretty easy and intuitive. And like I said, there are 2 discussion boards for this week. All of the learning modules are unlocked for you, so if you'd like to move ahead during the course, and please do whatever suits you. Just know that I am probably going to grade on a week-by-week basis. It was asked last night if the course runs from a Wednesday to a Wednesday or a Sunday to a Sunday. The course is slated to end on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so I think if we keep it running from a Wednesday to a Wednesday, that'll keep us all on the same page. However, I certainly understand if any issues come up, if we all have lives to live, we're all busy. If you need extra time on something, if you just keep me in the loop, I'm happy to accommodate you. If you have any questions at any time during this, please don't hesitate to email me. I am happy to help in any way that I can, and I'm glad you're here taking this course. Have a nice day.